Oh, there's still one more. Oh, shoot. Where are you? Ah! Hello everyone, my name is Scooter and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, here, have a friendship cod. Oh, you missed. Sorry about that. But we are flying over my industrial base where I have been busy lately. In the last video, I put together this creeper farm, which produces lots of gunpowder, TNT, and firework rockets for me. And since the last video, I've also begun planning out things like a path and a bridge and some other cool stuff around the base. And I am going to work on some of that a bit later today. But first, I have upgraded my world to the latest Minecraft drop, the Spring to Life drop, which, as you can see, includes wonderful new chickens, along with a whole range of other cool new features. Now, I've actually been busy going out in the world and gathering up a bunch of the new things so that I don't have to spend too much time on the video going out and doing so. So, for instance, in this box, if we open it up, I've got new eggs, some cactus flowers, short and tall dry grass bushes, firefly bushes, wildflowers, and leaf litter. And I think all of the stuff is going to fit in really well around the base. So, just as an example, if I come over here into the corner, I might pop a firefly bush somewhere, maybe like right here. And even though it's pine trees with podzol already, I think a little bit of leaves like, oh wow, you can hardly even see it there, but some leaves around like this. I think that looks really cool. Along with that, we can throw in some regular bushes, which are new. And that honestly just fits so well already with the ferns and the grass that already exists in the game. But I think what I'm almost most excited about, which is crazy, is the dry grass. Because as much as this is something that you find in the desert, in my mind, this is something that you should be finding in somewhere cold and wintry. Because as you know, in winter, there's not really much sunlight and grass dies out and it turns brown. So I think this fits perfectly in this kind of environment where it's going to be a little bit more cold, a little bit more dry. You're going to get little tufts of dry grass mixed in with things. I think that's going to work really well, but that's not the main focus of today's video. I'm going to do a lot of this stuff in the background, fill out the whole base with all sorts of new details, and then, of course, as well, expand some of those bridges and other infrastructure projects that I just showed you earlier. But the other big thing that happened lately in the world of Minecraft is the Minecraft movie, which I have seen, and it was pretty silly and weird and goofy, but lots of fun. If you haven't already seen it, I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything. Not that there's much to spoil. It's basically uh, a silly, weird block game with Jack Black and Jason Momoa added in. But definitely go see it if you get the opportunity. Just don't throw food or bring a live chicken to your theater. That's not cool. But it was fun seeing the movie. And in one of the big scenes, they go and visit a woodland mansion, which coincidentally is something that I have never ever done in survival Minecraft. I have been playing this game since 2010, but I've never gone into a woodland mansion. So today I am going to find and explore and raid a woodland mansion for the very first time. We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to get to that um, in a little bit. We'll have to locate one and then we'll see what happens. But that's the big focus of today's video. Gosh, not ominous at all with the thunder there. There we go. That's a lot. better. Now, the other thing I want to do before we head out and locate the Woodland Mansion is I want to create a lot of leaf litter. And you can oh no, this is filled with kelp. Very much filled with kelp. Okay, this is going to have to take a bit of a back seat, but I'll show you maybe down here. If I just pop this in here, throw in some leaves, and this turns into leaf litter. It's going to get collected down below here. Oh, this is, yeah, it's all filled up already. Got a lot of smelting to do, apparently. Maybe one of my projects today. I need to fix this thing because as it is, it produces so much kelp. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I just need to scale back the actual production itself. Who knows? But yeah, this is the problem. But that's not my concern right now. Right now, I'm looking for more leaf litter. You just get this by smelting leaves, and this is one of the best details that they have ever added in this game, in my opinion, because it just fits in so well. In little corners like that, even if you're not in a wooded area, you're often going to have leaves blowing in. I feel like as a Canadian, this is something we deal with all the time, all throughout the year. The leaves never really go away, but say in like an alleyway like this, you'd probably have a lot of them strewn about, get caught from the wind. So, yeah, this is going to be really fun. I cannot wait to add all sorts of details like this all throughout the base, which I will do, but I'm going to let things smelt up for a little while. I also want to see if I can try my luck. I found some of the warm chickens out in the world, but too far to bring them back home. Let's see if we can get some here. No, no warm chickens for me today. Can I get more cold chickens? Also, no. Okay, I'll have to find more chickens at some point soon. I also found some new wolves. These guys look pretty cool, right? These were in the taiga forest a little ways away from the base, so I brought them home. They're just gonna sit here for now, but eventually I'll have to give them a home or maybe even a name. Who knows? Another cool thing that they've added cactus flowers, which can be placed just about anywhere. They look pretty neat. And those will just grow on top of cactuses randomly as the cactuses get taller. So, pretty easy to get a hold of. But yeah, all sorts of amazing things that have been added in this update. I'm going to put this stuff away for now, though. And we are now going to go and search for a woodland mansion. And I think I have an idea where I can find one. All right, I am back at my spawn base now. For those of you who've been watching the series for a while, this should feel a little bit familiar. And I am going to fly up here to my spawn tower because this is where our hunt for the Woodland Mansion is going to begin. So I'm going to actually set my spawn right up at the top of the tower here, and I've got some supplies built in. I've got an ender chest access. In fact, I'm going to put away some of the things in my inventory here, which I do not need to have on me because I do not want to lose all of my good netherite gear if I can avoid it. So I will bring some things with me, including this Totem of Undying, which I got one time from a accidental raid around my iron farm. That was fun. Okay, I think that should be everything that I need right now. And if I am correct, I believe that there is actually a woodland mansion somewhere up this way, which I think I stumbled across once and kind of forgot about it. Somewhere around here, yeah, there's a dark forest, and there we go. Woodland Mansion with really weird generation around here. I have not been here. This is a little strange. Hey, jungle temple. Let's see if I can find where the front door on this thing is supposed to be. Give me just a moment. Here we go. Here's the entrance. It feels like this thing has generated right into the side of the mountain, so it's a little bit buried. Here we go. Oh, that's a creeper. You're not supposed to be in there. And here we go. We are in the Woodland Mansion. Hearing a lot of normal mob sounds. So, yep, we got some zombies here. Let's see. Oops. Nope. There we go. That is always a lot of fun. There's not a lot of room here, though, for wind charges. So I don't know how much I'll be able to do that. Especially with some of the mobs that are in here. They're going to pack quite a punch. But I'm going to try to light up along the way here so that I don't get swarmed from behind. Oh, here's somebody fun. This doesn't seem too bad, actually. Ouch. Okay, they do hurt. Oh, cool. Oh, armor trim. Oh, and resin. And in here, oh, there's some allays there. Oh. Do I let them out? No. What is this? Interesting. I did not know that they knew how to do redstone. Okay, now the question is there anything behind this wonderful piece of art? I feel like sometimes there's meant to be like hidden secrets or something, but maybe not. Okay, and we are back around to the front. That was not too bad for the first floor. Nope. That's what I was worried about. Oops. Yeah, this mace is gonna get me killed. So it is going away. Yeah, back to the sharp stick. Oh, and somehow the mountain has generated right into the top of this. That's fun. Okay, let's see. We've got some zombies. Oh, I know what this room is. Oh, this is where I might run into some trouble. But this is where the chicken jockey fight happens in the movie, that if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty cool. I didn't actually realize that this was a real thing in the Woodland Mansion, but that makes a lot of sense actually. And is there anything interesting here? Okay, cool. Another armor trim, more resin. What else have we got? There's creepers going up the stairs, some bugs on the walls. You know, this really doesn't feel all too bad. Granted, I am in enchanted armor with plenty of good tools at my disposal, but maybe Woodland Mansions aren't so terrifying. What am I gonna find back here? Oh, 1,000 spiders. Oh, more artwork. Oh, and a complete dead end? Oh boy. No. Oh. Ah! Let's just do one of these. I do not like Vexes. Oh, cool, creeper. That might have actually helped. Ah. Oh, there's still one more. Oh, shoot. Where are you? Ah! Oh, let's not die today. Okay, let's try again. Who's in here? Nobody? Oh, skeletons. Not what I want to deal with. There's a magic handspan. Not so scary now. Anything in here? No, just a weird cobblestone box. Okay. Oh, hello. I think we are almost through here now. I think the worst has passed. And there we go. I think that may have been all of them. What a bizarre woodland mansion. I feel like, oh, no, there's still some friends. Oh, of course. He fell down there. There we go. Well, that was fun. My inventory is a complete mess, but I have successfully braved my first woodland mansion ever in full netherite armor and everything. Maybe easier than it might have been otherwise, but hey, you can never be too prepared, right? Happy to be coming out with some armor trim, of course. And this also means when I stumble across woodland mansions in the future, I can raid them without really having to fear for my life all too much, although those vexes will always vex me. And I would like to raid some more woodland mansions in the future, but for now, maybe spoke too soon. For now, I'm gonna deal with a whole other side of this place that I did not notice earlier. Ooh, evoker head. There we go. Okie dokers. Now I think I have finally cleared this entire mansion. It finally sounds pretty quiet in here, other than the sound of some of the allays trapped in the back. So maybe I'll actually let some of these guys out. Here, take a torch. You guys can come home with me, I suppose. All right, let's go home. Mission accomplished. All right, I am back from the Woodland Mansion adventure, and I managed to pick up 3 more brown eggs along the way. So let's see if we can get any other chickens here. No, that's too bad. At least I have got these cold chickens to keep me company, and there we go. There's another one. Now I've also been going around my base and adding in some of the new foliage. So we've got some leaves and bushes and firefly bushes, along with the dried grass. And I really do think that the dried grass is one of the best features of this whole update. It actually fits in so well in a taiga environment. Like, look at it just up here. This feels the way that the biome is supposed to be. Like, I come from where it is cold and wintry for a good chunk of the year, and I am used to seeing grass this color, not green. It's usually brown when it's cold. So I'm really, really enjoying getting to sprinkle in these kinds of details here. Over on this side, I have also extended out the pathway. Still have to take out the wool blocks here. But we've got this all the way up to where the bridge is going to be. So I think that's what I'm going to tackle next, putting this together, probably having some kind of arch underneath. It will be a little bit tricky being on an angle like this, but it should be doable. And then, of course, I can bring along the path up here, fill in some more plants and details along the way. But I'm really starting to enjoy the way that all of this feels now, having the fireflies buzzing around. I think this is the thing that was the missing piece in the base for quite some time. So thank you so much, Bojang, for adding this stuff into the game. Now, along with a bridge, I also need to build some sort of item transport mechanism to get TNT and rockets from here all the way across to here. Probably have some storage tanks or something, and then from there, those can be shunted off into the storage system. So let me get to work on that and see if I can find even a few other small little things to tinker about with on the base, and then I will bring you back in when I've got some more progress to share with you. Be right back. All right, I have got a lot of base upgrades to show all of you now, particularly what you can see behind me, the big orange thing and the other bridge there. So let's go take a look. Okay, here we go. So the first thing you'll see is a hopper minecart going in and out of the factory here. That is automatically taking any TNT and rockets that I create over into that white storage tank there. So we'll take another look at that in a moment. And all it is in here is just this little entryway. It runs underneath the chests and barrels, back and forth, collecting everything for me automatically. I decided to go with a bit of an orange color on this, especially using some of the red sandstone. I need to add more orange into this base. It gives that kind of old industrial, like rusty color to things. Of course, I've also been adding plenty of foliage like the firefly bushes and dried grass and other things along the way here. So this is feeling nice and complete. And speaking of complete, I've got a bridge. And this one was a diagonal bridge, which is always fun building on an angle. And it's a little bit tricky to see because it's a bit of a shallow arch, but I do have a bit of an arch on the bridge here, which I think looks pretty nice. And this just comes down here and connects up with the main pathway. Now over here, I have that white storage tank that I mentioned. That one has the same design as this one, except it's just a little bit bigger. But this one doesn't have any access on the inside. If I jump again into free cam here, you'll see the hopper minecart just comes across to the top, pulls everything down. And on the inside, I've just got this fed into a little water stream. And that just connects up with the main water stream into the storage system. So things are being nicely deposited automatically into the big storage system, and I don't have to keep flying over to the factory to grab more rockets. I've added a little bit more detail up here, just filled in some of this area. There are a lot of mushrooms here. Some of those have grown naturally. I don't know if I actually want to keep them all, but I'll keep them there for now. I've also been putting in a little bit of extra life around the base. So just some of these chest mine carts here or there, those are going to get pushed around by the iron golems over time, which is fine. I did tame these wolves here, so now they are dogs instead of wolves. Their eyes look funny on the on the darker fur, but that is what it is. If you have any name ideas for them, let me know. But they are just going to sit here for the time being. Keep an eye on the chickens. Speaking of which, I've got a lot of these eggs at this point now, so I've just been casually spreading them around the base like that. Over time, there's going to be chickens everywhere. I really do enjoy the look of that minecart just going back and forth like that. It's not even like there's going to be plenty of stuff that it's carrying all the time, but just that little bit of movement adds so much to the base. Really sells the idea that this is a active industrial area. Now in here, I've also made some improvements to my kelp machine thingamajigger. So up here, oh, this is actually finally empty. Wow. These are still fairly full. This one's starting to tick down, so I might have to turn off this smoker if it runs out of kelp. But this is just creating bone meal for me. And this means I'm never going to have to ever worry again about all of this overflowing. Any extra kelp that it produces is just going to be broken down into bone meal. This still has a lot of backlog, so let's just turn that on. There we go. All right, I will let that run for a little while in the background. Now, one other thing that I want to do before we finish here today is expand the map that I have got up in the boardroom here. So that represents the base currently, although I haven't updated it in the last few weeks. Now, let's see if we can get all of this updated with the new blocks and things. There we go. I feel like all of those little yellow things are either dried grass or firefly bushes. I'm not sure which one, but already you can tell the difference around the base there. The bridge looks really cool as well from above like this. But what I want to do now is expand this out to include the rest of the area over here, and then expand a little bit further because I do have some plans for additional buildings and factories that I want to do in this region here. So just give me 2 seconds and I will get that map all updated. And there we are. This is the updated map. I'm glad I've got this area represented here now. And this is really starting to come together, this industrial base. I still have another building that I'm actively planning to put in here, and some plans over here, maybe for a big vegetation foliage greenhouse factory thing. There's a lot of things that I need to build. Part of the motivation for this industrial base is to give me the resources that I need to go out into the world and do all sorts of other building things like transforming biomes and doing custom stuff like that. So still a lot of work to do, but I'm very happy with the progress that I've made so far. But that is where I am going to wrap things up for today. This has been a lot of work actually going around the base and just filling in some of those smaller details and quality of life upgrades. It was also a lot of fun finally going into a Woodland Mansion for the first time ever. And I hope you enjoyed the video and are feeling inspired to do cool things in your own bases, especially with some of the new things in the game like the firefly bushes and dried grass and things. Honestly, dried grass, my favorite thing in a very long time. I don't think I can even explain it. There's just something so nice about it. Now, the next video after this might take a little tiny bit longer than usual because Bethesda just released a remake of The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which originally came out in 2006. One of my favorite games of all time. First ever open world role-playing game that I ever played. So I feel like I'm kind of obligated to go get that and spend some time back in that world for just a little bit. But of course, any game that I play other than Minecraft just gives me more inspiration for things to build in this game. But if you are wondering where I am and want to keep track of me, come find me on Bluesky. I've been enjoying that platform quite a bit. It's like Twitter without all the weird bots and spam and other issues. I'll include a link to my Bluesky profile down below so that you can find that if you are on the platform there as well. I'll share, occasional updates, Minecrafty things, Star Warsy things, etc. And of course, if you haven't already, remember to subscribe. I think there's a notification bell. I don't really know. People say it. But if you are subscribed, that way you will know when I am back from my adventures in Cyrodiil. But if you have watched all the way to the end here, thank you so much for the support. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.